Hello and welcome back to Refle's anime reviews and discussions. I am Refle, and let's see, last time I think it was Shimoneta, which is a very weird, wacky, crazy, very unique show. But it's a good show. But this time, we're not going to do any summer 2015 stuff because I feel like I wrapped that up. Even though there was a few shows I could review, but we're gonna head back to a show that or anime that is a few years old, and that is Haganai. Haganai. I don't know. Haganai. I'm gonna say Haganai, and it. It's short for Boku wa Tomodachi ga Sukunai, which means I don't have many friends. So you can either say Haganai, you can either say Boku wa Tomodachi ga Sokunai, or I don't have any many friends. You get three options. I will stick with Haganai. And as you would probably just figure out from the title, I don't have many friends. It has something to do with friends. And the show. Sorry. I actually rewatched the show. I think about a month ago. And because I watched it a few years ago when I was kind of getting back into anime. And I would say this is like, it wasn't one of the first ones I really watched, but it was like somewhere in the middle of like stuff that I started watching. So I had like a good idea of what kind of show this was gonna be, but not like too much experience, if that makes any sense. But it's a drama, romantic comedy. And I guess you could say there's like some harem aspects, but I don't really think so. I mean, I guess there's definitely aspects of that, but I think it's more of a drama romantic comedy. So the show kind of centers around Kodaka Hasegawa, who is he's described as a delinquent, just because of his hair, which is an odd black and like blonde color. Cause like I think his mom or something's like from America or something. And he gets transferred back to like I think it's his old hometown. I'm pretty sure. Some of the stuff I'm not completely nailed down. He gets transferred back to his old hometown where he's going to school, and on his first day of school, he makes a horrible first impression. Everybody thinks he's a delinquent who he's a delinquent, like, and nobody wants to really talk to him and stuff like that. But after like a month, he meets another student who makes a great first impression, and her name is Yozora Mikazuki, and they basically decide, because they both don't have any friends, and you'll start to see the theme here. They both don't have any friends, so we decide to create a club, since they don't want to join a club because that's just dumb. So we decided to create or I guess Yozora kind of does it on their own, but they create a club, and the club is meant, I guess I should wait for that, but create a club, and they, finally kind of get ready to do it. And the club's name is the Neighbors Club, and I forgot what it actually they actually called had it do. But somewhere hidden in the message or this little paper that described the club, it says "Friends Wanted" in a weird diagonal. It's amazing how many people noticed that. But anyways, so it's basically a club where people try to get friends, and the only members to start out with are Yozora and Kodaka, but it starts to add more and more members. And yeah, so that's kind of where things start off, and then another student, Seina Wazaki, joins the group, and I think this is the three main core characters in this show. There's a few others for, I guess, I won't say those are just the main three, but those are main focus, because you have Hasegawa's sister, who's a main character pretty much. You got Yukimura, who's just a weird, interesting character. Rika, who's is a lot of people's favorites, and I can understand why. She's one of my favorites too. And there's Maria. There's a bunch of characters. But basically, I should point out, this is the first 2 seasons of the show, which is 22, 24 episodes, something like that. And for most of season 1, and it's kind of gonna be hard to spoil stuff, or not spoil stuff, because some stuff I really want to talk about, but I can't. But maybe I'll just talk about it at the end of the video. But season 1, basically, they just start adding more members, and we just kind of go, every episode's a weird failure of a group or a club activity, basically. We try to play, video games are actually a huge theme throughout the series, because they play a lot of video games. They reference a lot of video games. I think we reference Monster Hunter, I think Persona, and one other game all in one episode. I think Final Fantasy, is also a theme in one episode. It's kind of fun. It just, as a person who really likes gaming, it's just kind of entertaining to see that. And it continues throughout. We even have a VR headset. It doesn't make any sense, but it's entertaining nonetheless. But every week there's a club activity that they never really do right, and they're all trying to just make friends. And spoilers. They don't seem to realize that they are becoming friends just by becoming in the club. But they don't ever really realize this. And they just continue to search for clubs. And there's I guess you could say, a romantic a romantic love pentagon, maybe. But primarily it's between Yozora, who's very, very not direct about it until the second season, I would say, and Seina, who's pretty direct about it, and Rika is involved, but she kind of backs down in the second season, which is kind of weird. And it's all evolves or revolves around Hasegawa, Kodaka, and that's kind of the main drives of the series. And it's just interesting because Kodaka has his own issues that he doesn't really deal with until the end of season 2. But the main, the shows can be really funny at times. After rewatching it, I found some episodes to be kind of a bit of a hit and miss. But only a handful. And that might just be because I had already seen the episode. But some episodes were just kind of dry the second time through. But overall, the episode's really good. They're funny. They're entertaining, to say the least. And the characters are really what drives the show. I mean, Kodaka is just he's just a typical, kind of anime character. He's a nice guy and he tries to help everybody else out, but they all just kind of abuse him and stuff like that. And then Sena is she's like the peppy. I guess I should describe these characters. I'm not doing so well this episode for some reason. Sena is like the peppy kind of. She's popular with the guys at school. She's the most attractive one. She's got the big kahunas and all that. And her dad is the president of the school. And she's personally my favorite, or not my. Well, I would say she's my favorite character in the show. In my number one option, if you know what that means. But yeah, she always gets picked on by Yozora, and she's smart, but she's not like street smart, if you know what I mean. So she always gets tricked by stuff, even though she's like the top of her class at everything. And she likes to play visual novel games. And you'll see that throughout the show, because there's just some funny moments with that. I want to make sure I point out the show can be really funny at times. There's also a lot of serious points also. And then Yozora. Now Yozora, there's something that happens. Is it in season 2 or season 1? It's either late season 1 or early season 2, where you kind of figure something out, a secret that if you pay attention, you probably already noticed in like episode 5 of the show. But there's a secret that between her and Kodaka that comes to light and affects stuff. But she also has a crush, same with Sena, on Kodaka. But I really don't like her. Like, out of all the characters, she is my least favorite. And there's people who like really like her, and I don't know why. She's just antagonistic, and just like she's antagonistic, and she doesn't like go out and do something, like, if that makes sense. Like, everybody else in the group strives to try to make friends, and she's like, oh no, I don't want to go out with people. Like, that's just dumb. And then she always antagonizes Sena. And, like, I just don't like her. And they try to make you like her a lot, but it's just like, whenever she... Like, when Sena is mean to Yozora, like, you can feel like she honestly didn't mean it. But when Yozora does it, she's like... You don't really feel that. And... I don't know. She's just... I don't like her. I don't understand why people would do like her. Because she's just... She's not a good character. I don't like her. Her personality sucks. She has no personality. That's the thing. Besides antagonizing people and being a jerk a lot of the time. And never speaking up. She has no personality. Unlike the other characters in this show. And maybe that's on purpose, but I don't like her. But in Rika, Season 1 Rika, because I think there's a difference. Season 1 Rika is a huge pervert. And she's really fun. She gets ridiculous. There's some funny stuff that she says, and you won't believe she actually says it. It's almost on par with Shimonetta, I should point out. Some of the stuff. And she's like a sciencey, really smart person who also has a crush on Kodaka, but that kind of goes away in season 2. She's a weird character in season 2, but she understands Kodaka the best in some ways. But she's hilarious throughout the show. And then there's like Yukimura who thinks she's a different sex than she actually is, and she wants to be the other sex. And I'll let you guys watch the show to figure out what she actually is. But I just fucking said it. But what Yukimura thinks I don't know. It's a she. Okay, just shut up. And then you got Maria, who's a little girl and a nun, and she's kind of annoying, but whatever. She's not worse than Yozora. But yeah, season 2. Oh man, I'm really doing bad this episode. Season 2 is pretty much more of the same, but things start to get more serious, and stuff gets more serious with people trying to get friends and stuff, and the relationship between Kodaka and Sena and Yozora develops, and it's a lot of the same. Like, I would say season 1 is a lot more comedic, but season 2 has a lot more drama, but it still doesn't lose why you like the show. And the season 2 ends on a huge cliffhanger that probably pisses some people off. Like, literally, it is like a huge cliffhanger in some ways, because like it feels like they ended the season like at a point that they shouldn't have. Like, we didn't come. No, it's just. Yeah, I don't like, it's a huge cliffhanger. That's all I gotta say. But just before I actually started recording this video, like, I just kind of was like, I wonder if we're gonna make a season 3, because I would be 100% down with a season 3. And sure enough, I guess they are making a season 3. It's supposed to come out in 2016, and there's like a countdown on the website I went to, and apparently it's probably gonna be the next season of shows, which I would totally be down with, because I think the last season was like 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2013, so 2 years ago. And yeah, I would definitely be down for that. This show, I guess I haven't really. The way I've been talking, I guess, doesn't really point to this, but I really do like the show. It's one of my, favorite kind of drama, romantic comedies. And I think it's one of the better ones, because it's different in a lot of ways, because it's just. I feel like the characters are just really strong, and. I had something else I was just about to say. I forgot about it. The characters are strong. There's not really anything like this as far as I have watched. Yeah, and I guess that's all I really gotta say. Like, I just feel like it's just a really well done show, and it's one of the better romantic comedy dramas you can watch. And it's funny. So yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff to like about it. Rating out of 10. I would probably give it a. I'd give it a 8.75. like it's pretty high up, but I think I gave it Toradora at 8.75. And I feel like this show might be just slightly better. I like that, or I like Haganai, whatever the hell it's called. Just slightly better than Toradora. But they're pretty close to each other. But yeah, so it's a really good show. I would recommend it. And it sounds like season 3 is about to come up, so feel free to just binge watch. Like, show you do kind of binge watch. And when I rewatched the show, I binge watched all this stuff in like a week or two, which isn't too much of a binge watch, but for 24 episodes, it's not too bad. But it's a good show. I would recommend it. So yeah, so if you have any shows or animes you would recommend or you would like me to check out, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to check them out, review them for you. But next time, most likely, if I can get, I guess it depends on when I get this out, and when I record again, and when I watch this other show and finish it up. But the next episode of this will either be a show that again is kind of like an older, like 3 or 4 years old show, in the same kind of vein as this, or I think it's gonna be like the midway point for the fall season. I think this is the fall season, whatever. Yeah, the fall season, the top 5 shows. So it will either be one of those two. But anyways, this video's been gone on for way too long because I just rambled on this episode, and I apologize. I honestly did not think, thought this would be one of the shorter ones, but I just was not on my game today. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So thanks for watching, and adios.